Paltrocast.
Nick, how's your day going aside from talking to dirt sheet riders asking you about TNA today?
You know what? I've done some stuff where it's you do like 8 hours and you're promoting WrestleMania and you're talking about Rock and Brock and you're not even booked on the show. So that stuff kind of sucks. But this is something like I'm genuinely excited about. Like not just the Slammiversary, not just the match that I'm in, like the card and this moment for TNA. I think that's a really special thing. We have Matt showing up, Jeff showing up, Moose solidified as a freaking champion right now. If he comes out of this match this Saturday, like he's it. You know, he's the guy of the decade for TNA. So hopefully one of us take it out of his hands. But it's really exciting for me, especially someone who is usually not a fan of watching wrestling. I've come around. It was, mostly just joking around because what I was doing the last couple of years that I hated. But it was really focusing on looking up and down this card and everyone being excited about it. And the really cool part is the roster is excited because they're going to have a big stage and they really deserve it. This roster has earned it. And I've only been there 6 months, whatever it is. I don't even know the dates, but watching all these, some solidified main eventers and a lot more young up and comers who have earned this spot on this card. I'm really excited for them because TNA sure is a brand. It's going to be a special moment. This really could be jumping over a ledge here for the company. Every match is going to try and outdo itself. That 6-man elimination thing that I'm in, you can name any one of them and go, hey, they won last night, the TNA World Title. And you go, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Joe Hendry, oh, yeah, he's hot as hell right now. He's helping NXT draw numbers. Yes, give him the title. I'm rooting for him. I'm not going to let him beat me, but I'm rooting for him. Good luck, kid. Yeah. And there's Kaz, solidified main eventer for years now, and somehow even reinventing himself just a little bit more to be just more of a slimeball dirtbag, but still back it up in the ring. Macklin, already been champion. Him and I tore it up one of my first matches here. Josh Alexander, I've been looking to touch this freaking guy. We could probably do 90 minutes together and have everybody sitting on the edge of their seat, I hope. But I'm not going to let him win. I don't know. And Moose, he could walk out here and you go, you know what? Moose beat them all again. He's a champ. He's solidified. This is his reign. This is his decade. That's it. So any one of us could be champ and you go, oh, yeah. That's what's great about it. Because there's sometimes I've been in like ladder matches or 6-man, 8-man. You go, oh, it's AJ or Cena. Everybody else is filler. You know what I mean? Like, you could be like, they're not going to give it to this guy.
You said it, not me. Not me.
I'm making up a match. But there's matches where it's like, I've been the filler guy before. And I've been like, oh, I should be this guy. It happens. But in this case, I can't legitimately remember a 6 or 8-man where you go, any one of these guys can have it. And I'll say they deserve it and they earned it. So that's what makes that main event special. And I'm telling you, the rest of the card is going to bust their ass so much to try and steal that show that we're going to have to go above and beyond to make it happen in the main event. I'm excited for that challenge to step up to all the other damn matches on the card.
Okay. So before I ask you the fun questions, it sounds like you do believe in Joe Hendry, though.
Absolutely. I believe that he would be a great runner-up to me in that match. I sure as hell do. I'll even clap for him.
Well, hey, back to you here. The last time I had the pleasure of speaking with you, I talked your ear off about Stephen Pearcy and Rat and how
hell yeah. We don't talk about Rat enough.
I don't think we do. I mean, you are the wanted man and you are keeping that legacy alive and all that. But somebody who follows your Instagram, I think they quickly realizes this is more than a wrestling guy. And when I look at the great reels that you shared today, there was a Marx Brothers thing, a Norm Macdonald thing, the Elvira movie thing. In other words, are you comedy's favorite wrestler?
Wow, I wish. I don't know. Best comedy wrestler would have to be Miz on accident, but him just trying. But that's really funny. I didn't put that together because Marx Brothers, Elvira, a little bit of Rat, like that all makes sense because I didn't just look up the wrestlers. I looked up like Saturday Night Live performers, Norm Macdonald. I got to see him and talk to him after a show one time, and we talked about writing a joke, and he laughed at a thing I said, and I go, I need to do nothing else in this world. I've done this, And so there's so many things like that where it's like, I got to interview Rhonda Shear on Busted Open with LaGreca 2 weeks ago. How freaking cool is that? I grew up on USA Up All Night and she's awesome. Oh, like not just being funny. She's this insanely awesome businesswoman that is crushing it. Like I love rooting for people that I looked up to and watching them kill it. Like there's just so many cool things. Marx Brothers vaudeville guys. I've idolized those guys since I was a kid because no matter what I did, at 5 years old, I wanted to be a wrestler, but I didn't know what it took. I wanted to go, I want to be an absolute renaissance man that no matter what I do, it's how is he talking? 10. How is he in the ring? 10. How is he backstage? 10. How is he talking to media? 10. How could he fight someone in the street if he has to? 10. And you go, that is what it takes just to be on a roster in 2024. You have to be able to walk the walk. And I love that all these Renaissance men and women who have to have 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 in all these categories just to be able to get a shot on the show is such a special moment because you always have to go, what have you done for me lately? And it's like, oh, this match tonight. And then the next day I'm going to outdo that too.
Well, you said Rhonda Shear. I had the pleasure of interviewing her a few years ago as well. And I knew her backstory, but I didn't know it that well until I listened to her on Gilbert Gottfried's podcast. Were you a secret Gilbert Gottfried fan?
There's no secret. He does the best. Don't say it.
You did no. You're
the
we're pressed on time. Seinfeld.
No, the freaking the long running joke that everybody makes up. The
Aristocrats joke.
Aristocrats. He does the best one, and I always heard rumors about SNL in the old days, like Belushi and Aykroyd would go play blues, and I guess Chevy Chase would do like a 25-minute version of that just randomly, like on the fly, and I bet that was the funniest damn thing anyone's ever heard. Gilbert kills it. Gilbert was Saturday nights, Rhonda was Friday. I love that. I didn't just love watching a boob movie that showed no boobs. There's an old Spade bit where he's like, I used to watch USA Up all night. He goes, and it shows, here we are on our way to the boob festival, and it cuts. And that was a good boob festival. And they go back to so it's like so funny that we're like cheesy movies, but it made me fall in love with stuff like Toxic Avenger behind me and all these trauma movies because you didn't have to see that. Like it was fun anyway. It was a great time. So Gilbert, love, big fan. And I loved not just him on roast, not just him, like his voice, just watching him work and write jokes. And it's just, there's something special about that. I love all those kind of people. I look up to so many of them. I just did a freaking appearance this week at convention with John Lovitz. And I think he's the funniest, smartest, classically trained freaking guy in the world. And like, we're joking around back and forth. And I go, this is absolutely amazing to me. And so there's just moments like that I get to be around my heroes and talk to them for a minute and get some kind of knowledge or something to take with me to make me a better WWE, TNA, AEW superstar all over the world. And it's just like the coolest thing to me.
So Norm question. I had the pleasure of meeting him once at a book signing thing, and the publicists were trying to like push him ahead, and he was doing the exact opposite of whatever they were saying to do. So then he would take like 5 minutes with everybody. They would go, no photo, and he'd take photos and all that. So the Norm that I got to encounter was a sweet, patient guy. I was always under the impression that he was working a gimmick, to use the wrestling term. Was that too?
I would believe that he is so smart and so good that he probably was playing a character like an Andy Kaufman half the time. I guarantee he's too smart to not do that. But I was very like, I watched him do a show. This guy, I'm at a comedy club. Opener goes out. All he does, I've never seen this. He walks out to the mic and he just looks around. And I fell out of my chair laughing. He didn't talk yet. And I just was like, I looked at his face and there's just something special about this guy before he crushes it with the most deadpan slam in the face thing that you're like, he's like, if you kill somebody, don't put him in a shallow grave. Because I always find a shallow, like dig a little farther. Like there's just common sense stuff. And it's so beautiful coming from him and watching him work it out. And I got to see, you get those polished sets. I like when you don't get that. I like when they just crushed it with an hour somewhere. And he goes, I don't know. I'm just looking at a thing. And he just says it and you just start laughing or it doesn't work. And then he makes a face and it does. And it's like, what? Like, how did you do this? I watched Nick Swartzen go up and do 5 minutes. And I swear, I was in the green room earlier. He was like asleep. He's sitting down and they're like, Nick Swartzen, gets up, reaches in his pocket. And he's like, Rice Krispies. And it's like, I fell over laughing and he just had a bullet point to write a joke and he didn't do it, but he's so damn funny that it was like, he didn't tell a joke and we're all laughing and not just like caught us off guard. It was really funny. And you go, there are special people out there like that. And it's just so cool to watch them work. And you hope that you take 1% of that and apply it to your job. And I love that stuff, man.
Well, the follow-up question to that, before I let you go, it's a two-parter. And the first one is comedians do have those workout rooms, like what you're talking about, where they go and go, hey, I'm going to charge $70 a ticket this night, and this to see me it's $5, and you might watch me bomb. Do wrestlers have an equivalent of the workout room?
That's really interesting. I don't know.
If you're a creative pro person,
we used to have, yeah, but we used to have, like, I don't remember the last time I did a live event. You know what I mean? Live events were where when Bob Roode and myself were on a team, and it was after COVID, so you could still get a live event here and there. And we were working the Street Profits, and I love those guys, but I couldn't teach them anything because we were just doing 3-minute TV matches. So you're like, how do we get to work it out? And that's really where those live events come in. And when people ask me my favorite matches, they're like, what about this title thing or this Survivor Series? You know what my favorite matches are? Kofi and myself at a live event in our 500th match. Because we counter a counter to a counter to make up a thing. And we're like, I jumped in the crowd and ate some popcorn and drank a beer. And my mom slapped me in the face. And we came back in the ring. And it was one of the coolest things because you get to interact with people and then steal the show in the match anyway. That's where you try things out. I guess live events would absolutely be that. Dark matches, live events, even Explosion. It's televised, but you can work some things out. So we need to bring those back a little, because not that I'm the greatest of all time, but I can help. Not yet. I got a few more years to go. Top 5 already, still going. Currently active. Maybe one or two guys better. Well, we'll see. But to have those live events, that's where I got to get in the ring with Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes on the weekends, and be in that ring and be like, hey kid, can you do this? Sure, yes sir. Here we go. And then I got to go 6 months later with someone else and go, you know what would work right here? The thing Shawn Michaels told me to do in this live event when I was 6 months into the business. Now I get to pass it on to you. And then hopefully when I'm out of here, you pass it on to the kid coming up from NXT. And that's what we do. And we kind of missed that a little bit. Especially, I think COVID really changed it to where you took out a lot of live events. And then we had but now, I mean, WWE's killing it. So they're back to doing live events, and but those are probably like pay-per-view cards. So I figure if we have a live event with TNA or anywhere else, I really think it would be special, and we would make sure like a title match or the opener and the main event were solidified main eventers. It's going to be great no matter what. And then you get to work out some stuff in between there.
The last one before I let you go, on the record, off the record, you've been friends with Broski over the years, and he used to live in the town where I'm dialing in from, Long Beach, New York. I'm curious if this was a town you ever spent time in, because there's a rumor that you were at a Motley Crue show or two at Jones Beach over the years.
We were at Jones Beach, and Broski was there. It was really funny. I got a friend. I was going to buy really good tickets for my friends because this was a once in a lifetime thing. It was Alice Cooper opening, who crushes, by the way, still to this day. And I go, it's Jones Beach. We all get to meet up. I'm going to get some really good tickets. And my buddy goes, no, let me hook you up. I gotta hook up with the band. I'm going to get you seats. I go, oh, all right. Hey, sure. We get to Jones Beach. We find out what the seats are. The stage is there. We are the opposite of the stage, like 1,000 yards away. And I go, oh my God, I wish I would have bought seats. I'm heartbroken. I told my friends we're hooked up. I'm debating going to buy some tickets online or a scalp or something. So we get to, I forget what the third last song is, but the second last song is Home Sweet Home. Mm-hmm. Next to us, the stage rises up and they disappear and show up. And then like, they're breathing on me playing Home Sweet Home. And I go, oh, okay, I'm going to allow this. And then they disappear again and back out on the street, and you get Kickstart My Heart to end the night. And I go, my buddy's wife caught Tommy's drumstick. I could have high-fived anybody. Like, it was this moment that we'll never forget. It happened to be at Jones Beach. Broski spent, I think, $150 on merchandise. He says the best $150 he ever spent because he's not even a Motley Crue fan. So we got a shirt, I think a shirt for his lady. It was something really funny, but that's a running joke with us. But Jones Beach was an absolute blast. And I feel like we went the next night somewhere else. I can't remember where, but another New York show.
Well, there you go. Thank you for the decades, because now it's decades into your great career of entertainment. Looking forward to what's to come, whether you're wrestling, doing comedy, podcasting, whatever it is. Looking forward to it, Nick.
Busted Open, stand up, improv, wrestling, media, anything. It's all to be a better professional wrestler, and I'll never stop trying to get better.
Paltrocast.